What's up, YouTube? How you guys doing? Justin Williams here with Justin Nutrition. Today's video is going to be basically the answers from the Q&A video that I posted on Instagram the other day. If you're unaware, basically I made a very energetic video. Took a little too many scoops of pre-workout, I think, before, of basically just telling you guys if you have any questions on, fitness, nutrition, or health, to comment below, and then I would be answering them. So today, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I just took a couple of those questions that you guys had, and I'm going to be answering them now on this video. So with that, let's get started, eh? Okay, so one of the first questions I saw that was asked was, what is the best way to burn fat while still building solid muscle? And just for let you guys know, for today, I just took basically the questions I saw, put them on my just a Word document. I haven't really read them, so I'm going to be giving you guys kind of the honest answer. So if I have to actually think about the question and give you a good answer, it's because it's the first time I'm reading it. So let's answer that first question. The best way to burn fat while still building solid muscle. And the answer to that really is you can't do both naturally. Because when you're burning fat, to burn fat to lose weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit, meaning that whatever there's a calories that you are to maintain your weight, to burn fat, you have to be eating less calories and however many less to kind of the rate of fat loss you want to go, but you have to be in a deficit. And kind of similarly, so to build muscle, you have to be in a calorie surplus. So you have to be eating more than you're burning. Um, so in a nutshell, you really can't do both, but you can kind of steadily gain muscle in a lean fashion. So you're not overly consuming calories, so you're not going to be putting on too much fat. And as well as you can, when you diet down, you kind of create the illusion of looking like you have more muscle because you're kind of revealing it. You're hiding that, you're taking that fat away, showing more striations, more veins, and so that I guess in turn is going to make you look like you're bigger, but you actually can't do both at the same time. It's kind of like taking one step forward with one step back. It's not possible really. So I always recommend for clients or with anyone trying to do either or, kind of pick. I do it seasonally. For the winter when you're wearing long sleeves and everything, be in a calorie surplus. Try to make progress. It's the off season, the winter months. Um, Make that progress, and then when you want to shut down and kind of look to see your progress show, then start dieting down. The beginning of the year, the New Year's resolution or whatever. Just start dieting down then, but in terms of doing both, you have to do kind of one at a time, and it's frustrating to a lot of people because they really do want to do both. But this whole game it's a marathon, not a sprint. So take your time, enjoy the process, and do it properly. Be patient. Okay, so question number two: is it more important to hit macro goals or stay in a deficit while cutting? Is it more important to hit macro goals or stay in a deficit while cutting? I feel like it's kind of both because if you're dieting down properly, you're hitting your macro goals. So to ask that question is kind of you can't really pick because you should be doing both, right? Macro goals, meaning your macronutrients, which are carbs, fats, and proteins, which make up the calories you consume and the energy that you need for your body to function. And a deficit meaning that you're eating less, as I mentioned in the first, so eating less than you are, you know, burning more than you need. So yeah, so when you're cutting, to be in a proper deficit, you have to have your macros properly. Maybe what they're trying to say is, if their protein is off, but they're still hitting like the calories, so maybe their ratios are kind of off. Maybe that's what they're saying. Not really sure. If that is the case, I would say macro wise, it's the most important to have your proteins and fats, I'd say, locked down first. Those are the two that change the least, I would say, when you're dieting. I would definitely say have your protein, get your protein solidified first when you're trying to figure out your macros, then fat, and then the remaining work on your carbs. Mainly because when you're dieting, you're eating less than you're burning more than you're consuming. So to preserve muscle, you really want to have that protein down, as it is the building blocks of the muscle protein. Yeah. So not 100% sure on that question, but I think I answered it for you, so hope that helps. Okay, so question three. Okay, question three was kind of a long question, so I kind of put it into, I kind of like summarized it. And basically, what it says is I'm a college student on a budget trying to build muscle, but can't afford to buy extra food. I'm doing really good lately, but seem to be a bit stagnant on gains. Should I? I'm wondering if I should switch up my supplements or if my diet and sleep is affecting my progress. How can I continue to gain muscle? Thanks. Okay. I think the reason why I put this question is if you is the kind of the context of what they're saying. So they don't have enough money to buy extra food, but they're wondering if they should switch up their supplements. And I think that's what I want to highlight real quick. Now I'm sponsored by a couple of supplement companies, so they're going to yell at me for saying this, but supplements are great, but they will only take you so far as how good your nutrition is. So supplements are only there to do what their word is, supplement. They're only there to supplement you and help you make progress when everything else is lined up, when your nutrition is lined up and your workout routines are lined up. So, I would say spend more money on your nutrition and get that, figured out and maybe buy more of it if you're trying to make gains opposed to just buying extra unneeded supplements. I'm not going to go too deep into supplements, but you should definitely have the right type of supplements if you're going to be using them. But they're, like I said, they're only there to help you and to supplement your progress. Protein is protein, so if you protein powder is nice because it's a convenient way to reach your numbers, to reach your proteins overall throughout the day. But if you can get it in your nutrition, or if you have the money or the time to invest with food, then I would go that route opposed to just buying protein powder. But as a college student, I graduated last year from KU, and so I'm all too familiar with the whole sleep and stress, and that's just something that you personally have to figure out how to manage best for yourself because there's not really a way around having stress from school. I mean, in regardless, even if you graduate, I have stress every day. So I mean, stress is something that's always going to be there. Times in your life, there's always going to be, it's going to fluctuate. There's going to be more, sometimes less, sometimes, but you just kind of got to figure out the best method for you to kind of de-stress yourself, whether that's just, reading, listening to music, kind of taking small naps here and there, just kind of let your body relax, taking breathers, whatever it is to kind of help you de-stress. You just got to kind of hone in on that and not overthink things, not overwhelm yourself. Okay, so next question. Do you think someday in the future you will stop working out? No. The reason why is because I absolutely love what I do. I mean, I do it as my career right now, and it's my passion. I've done it for the past 8 years, recreationally, and I've competed, for the past 3 years, and it's just something I 100% enjoy doing. I love spending my time with it. I love learning about it and getting better, making progress, and then now what's enjoyable is transitioning from kind of being selfish with it and like worrying about myself so much, but now kind of being in the backseat while I help others reach success. Either that's stepping on stage or just getting, if it's a mom who just had a baby and they're just wanting to get back to like a healthy weight, or a busy dad who works 40 plus hours and just wants to be able to be functioning, to be able to take care of their kids, and keep up with them, or just getting people healthy. Really, it does a lot for their self esteem, and it does a lot for me in the sense that I feel good doing it. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to if I think I'll ever stop, no, I don't think I will, because I just love doing it. And sometimes, I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say there's not times where I think, ah man, this is kind of just living, going through the cycle of life and just kind of going through the motions, I guess. But at that point, I'll take either a day or two off and just kind of reevaluate things, look at my workout routine to see if I can switch it up and make it more interesting. And also just kind of think of why I started in the first place. When I first started, I was 16 and 133 pounds, 5'10", and I was okay at sports, but I never was really good at it. And I wanted to have something that would maybe help me stand out. So I just kind of started working out and fell in love with the results, and just stuck with it. And kind of, it was a good feeling. So I kind of got good at it, stuck with it, and then now I'm at the point in my life where I can kind of get back to it, and that's really cool. So enough about me right now. Let's see. No, I'm wrong. It is more about me. What are your dreams and goals outside of fitness? Um, it's a big part of my life, so it does consume a lot of it. So it's kind of hard to answer that question. But I mean, everyone has different aspects of their life. So for me, my big thing is I want to do. I want to travel. I want to travel while I'm younger. I'm 24 now. Or going to be 24 here in a month. So I want to do a lot of traveling before I have too much like liability, with family and kids and everything. Travel a little bit, see the world. You know, I want to be without getting too personal and too emotional and stuff. I just want to be, a good family man. When I do have a family, I want to be that good father. I want to be that good husband. I want to be able to, lead by example and kind of be a role model to my family and be able to give them a successful life. So, my really biggest dream is just to be successful in everything I do, so I can give them a good life, so they're not suffering, and just give back to the people that have helped me, my parents and my family, my sisters, my brothers, my close friends. So just be able to give them a good life, and yeah. So we won't get too emotional. I don't want to cry here, but we'll stay off of that. Next question: best advice you've ever received. That's a great question. That's one of my favorite questions. And as simple as it is, I would say, let's see. Probably as simple as it is, I'd say, ask yourself why not me. I was raised fortunately by my really good stepdad, who basically challenged me to say, if you want something, ask yourself why not you. What makes the person who has it, the person who's going out there and succeeding, different than you? Why can't you have it if you just put the hard work in? And that's kind of what I live by is, if you want something, don't be scared. Just go and do it. Give it a try, because I guarantee you, if you go and do something and fail, that failure that failure is going to be less hard on you than saying you want to do something and not doing it because you're afraid to fail or you're afraid of messing up or getting embarrassed. So to me, if I try something and I don't succeed in it, I'm okay with that because I know I gave it an effort, opposed to saying I want to do something and then just kind of saying, I can't do that, because then I just beat myself up saying what if. I don't like to say what if. So yeah, I'd say always ask yourself why not you. Why can't you do something? And basically, and just kind of to go along with that is just don't be afraid to ask. Because yet another cheesy quote I guess you could say is, if you don't ask, the answer is always going to be no. Meaning, if you don't attempt something, you're guaranteed to not get it. At least if you attempt it, yes or no, and then you can work to maybe change that answer, or you can be better to have it be a yes next time. So always ask, always attempt to do something, and just always keep trying. So let's see here. Okay, so we're gonna finish up with that video, and we're gonna be doing part 2 here in a second. So stay tuned for part 2. All right, guys.